What is going on, Raiders? Soda Dragon here. Welcome and hope you guys are doing well. So as you guys can see, Deathknight is in the game right now and you can start collecting him as of now. Now it's going to take you a full 7 days before you actually get Deathknight, but look in the meanwhile what you get regeneration gear. Anytime you see any of those videos with these legendaries soloing a high level dungeon, it's with regeneration gear. So yes, regeneration gear is very OP. So I've had a chance to look over his kit and they'll probably change some things. They're going to have to, because he already looks broken, which we'll talk about in a second. So remember guys, you have until October 27th to log in 7 times total to get your ultimate Deathknight. So make sure to do it before then. Don't wait, but you have over 2 months to do it. All right guys, let's start off with reading the descriptions of his skills here meant to kind of hype him up. So firstly, strikes an enemy taunting them, taunts legendaries extra hard. So that A1 is a provoke, and for legendaries, it's gonna have an extra chance to provoke. What about the A2 here? Calls upon the power of Mr. Nibbles to rain, tear, and scare legendaries. That is the rat on his shoulder that you see right here. So he's going to play an integral role as to Deathknight's powers. That is Mr. Nibbles. So thirdly, we see shows he's a real team player with a comfy shield and health regeneration. So shields and healing, which is good. What else do we have? Takes a hit for the team, but heals himself whenever an enemy is healed. So it's kind of like that mastery that you can get. But he can take a hit for the team and become stronger, faster, and tougher the more he sees his teammates suck. So guys, let me know if these type of descriptions actually hype you up for the champion or not. All right guys, on to Deathknight's actual skills, starting off with his A1 here, Heckler of Legends. Attacks one enemy. Has a 30% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn, bookable to 50% chance. The chance increases to 55%, bookable to 75% against legendary champions. Damage based on defense. All right guys, so what do I think about this A1? I like it a lot. I like that 75% chance to provoke when booked and win against a legendary, but still that's a really high chance. And even without that 50% chance to provoke, that's not bad. I would have loved to see something like Black Knight where he has a higher chance to provoke, period. It's not conditional, but still 75% chance when booked, chance to provoke a legendary with that A1, pretty good. All right guys, on to his A2, rats off to you. Attacks all enemies. Has an 80% chance, bookable to 100, of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. Also has an 80% chance, bookable to 100, of placing a fear debuff for 1 turn on each legendary champion. Damage based on defense on a 4-turn cooldown, bookable to 3. And Ultimate Deathknight is looking good. AoE decreased attack is great. Now it's not too good for PvP, but PvE, it is a great skill. Much better than decreased crit damage or decreased crit rate. Much better. So definitely that can be very useful, especially for progression, making enemies hit you not as hard basically. So definitely that's good. Plus it has that fear chance, book to 100% when against a legendary. So against those enemy waves that include legendaries, you have a 100% chance to fear them with this A2 here, and it's a bookable to a 3-turn cooldown, which is really good. All right, next is the A3, get comfy everyone. Places a shield buff and a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. The value of the shield buff is proportional to this champion's defense. On a 5-turn cooldown, bookable to 3. So the size of the shield is going to be dependent on how much defense you stack on your ultimate Deathknight. Chances are, since his damage is based on defense and he's a defense-based champ, you're going to be stacking a lot of defense on your ultimate Deathknight. Good. Make that shield nice, big, and thick. Plus, if you have the mastery lasting gifts, certain champions will have 100% uptime on their shields. A 3-turn shield on a book 3-turn cooldown. Pretty good. Plus, you have those continuous heals as well. So this A3 is an excellent skill too. All right guys, onto his passive here, Too Awesome to Die. Now this passive is the one that I think is broken, and I'll explain to you why, but let's go ahead and read it off. Whenever an ally is attacked, has a 100% chance of completely blocking 1 hit, decreasing the incoming damage to 0. This champion will receive that damage instead. The chance decreases to 50% if the attacker is a boss. Does not work if the attack on the ally was an AoE attack. Whenever an enemy is healed, heals this champion by 20% of that heal. So guys, what's the problem here? There's no cooldown. Look at it. There's no cooldown here. So every single target attack against all your allies is going to be taken by Ultimate Deathknight. He's going to die really fast. Now this needs to have some sort of cooldown. Of course, AoEs this doesn't work, but still, this should have a cooldown. So I don't know if it's going to stand as it is. This seems like it's going to kill Deathknight way too quickly unless it has a cooldown. So in my opinion, expect some sort of tweaking to this skill very, very soon because yeah, this seems like it needs a cooldown. All right, guys, on to Deathknight's second passive. Didn't need him. Increases the champion's HP, defense, and speed by 10% for each dead ally. So guys, with the first passive that we talked about, it seems like Deathknight's going to die first, but with this passive, if allies die first, then Deathknight is going to get a buff to his HP, speed, and defense. So it's really good, but I don't know how well it meshes with the other pass, because the other pass is meant for Deathknight to take damage in the place of his allies, but now this passive needs his allies to be dead for it to take effect. So I don't think it really meshes that well. I mean, overall, I think it's a good passive, but it doesn't really mix well with his other passive. All right, guys, next up we have his aura. Increases ally defense in all battles by 30%. So this, especially for PvE, is going to be a really useful aura, and especially since it's all allies in all battles as well. Alright guys, overall, what do I think about Ultimate Deathknight? I think he's going to be a really good champion, though they do need to tweak his first passive. They need to put some sort of cooldown on it or something like that. So we don't know the damage multipliers yet, but still the utility that this guy brings, even if his damage multipliers aren't that good. And I don't think they will be. I think this is more of a PvE champion anyway. But yeah, definitely it's going to help out people with progression. AoE decreased attack is excellent, plus shields, plus healing, plus he's taking damage for team members, plus he's provoking certain champs, maybe against enemy waves if they contain legendaries. Man, he has a high chance to just completely lock them down to make them use their A1s with his A1 provoke. This champion is really, really good. So we're going to see if they tweak his skills this week, and we're going to also see what his damage multipliers are once someone data mines them. But once again, even if his damage multipliers aren't that good, I think this is a really good champ for free, completely free. I think this is an excellent progression champion for people. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this first look at Deathknight. Let me know what you think about this champion, because as far as me, I'm excited to get him. So thanks for watching, and if you guys haven't yet, like, subscribe, and share. Turn on all notifications. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.